Hello, IEJ76 Ian here. Welcome to round 6 of the GT3 AOR League. This is Tier 5 from Long Beach, California. As you see, it's a nighttime race. We have qualified in 9th on a 1:21.235, 2.2 seconds off pole. We've just completed the formation lap. This is the first racing lap, rolling lap. And due to the nature of the tight first couple of corners here, as a car loses it on the inside, we've gone for a single file start, which I must say for myself worked out quite well. There was no one trying to come up the inside too adventurously, so we have held our position from 9th. A really difficult circuit to get a handle on. A lot of drivers in the various leagues have complained that they're 1 minute doing well and doing good lap times, and another minute barely keep it on the track. It took me a while to find a setup that was relatively stable. Qualify wasn't brilliant. I could have perhaps made an extra spot up, but I wasn't as quick in relation to the opposition as I was in Road America last weekend. But again, it's one where I'm sure there's going to be a lot of mistakes, so I was actually fancying the possibility of a top 6 if I managed to keep it clean. As you can see, it's a fairly clean race so far. We're up to 8th, I believe, at this point. Mr. ZNL is ahead of us. Behind us, Fozzie Fella loses it, and S-Ike as well, and there's some collisions there. So we've actually moved up to 7th by keeping it nice and smooth at the end of lap 1. Okay, this is us in 6th place. We've got Play for Stefano. Chase is in 7th. This is lap 4. And he's putting us under a lot of pressure. You can see he hasn't got his lights on. But I don't think that's a major problem for you. You're supposed to have your lights on, but I can't complain as I forgot to have mine on in an earlier race. So very interesting street track. At points very narrow, but at points like this is actually quite wide and sweepy. You can take quite wide lines in. Now at this point I'd already damaged my car ever so slightly as Play for Stefano goes wide, which did affect my handling. Here we are on lap 13 and Mr. ZNR teammate gets it all wrong into that flower bed at the roundabout, and that puts us up to 5th. Forward to lap 21, we are still, actually we're in 4th place at the moment. We've got a new driver, DSR Rahoon from Denmark, chasing us down really strongly in the BMW, and he and I had a great race really from about the end of the first third of the race all the way through to the end. We had a brilliant battle. I think he was maybe slightly quicker than us, but we were pretty close to each other for the rest of the race. As you can see, he's got his rather bright yellow headlights on, so this was about absorbing pressure, and we didn't do that particularly well. As you can see, we're coming up to lap a car ahead, and this is the area where we had a slight tap with the wall. So when we go down the straight, our car wanted to turn ever so slightly to the right. We were still able to go quite quick, but it was a little bit distracting, and he thinks about having a go, but he's going to try again another lap. So this is lap 24, lap 23 actually, and he goes up the inside, makes a good move, but leaves us plenty of room on the outside. It was a slightly half-hearted attempt, but we've now got the inside for this right-hander, but our exit's probably going to be compromised by this. And again, some pretty reasonably respectful racing here, and he's going to get up the outside, I believe, and it's on such a knife edge trying to brake with these cars that I didn't want to outbrake myself. As you can see some on-board footage, when he went by we were able to keep up fairly well and put pressure back on him. Really fun circuit in the end this was to drive in. When I started practice I was dreading it, but in the end I got a reasonably good rhythm, apart from that one mistake where I tapped the wall that was actually off camera. There wasn't too many major dramas. The tyres were fairly stable. So coming up now to lap 24, and we come around the corner and find that he spun. He did actually start to pull away from us, DSR Rahoon, at that point, but he spins, so we're back up to 4th. Now this is a lap 39. Play for Stefano takes a little bit of time to get out of the way, and in fact doesn't get out of the way brilliantly. I think he's still on my outside. In the end he does, nothing too bad there, but I certainly do lose a lot of time, as in the rearview mirror you can see Play for Stefano is about to let through DSR Rahoon, who's caught us up again after that spin. So lap 41, only 5 laps to go, and we make a real mistake there into the first major turn, and we give each other room, and I just had to give way there. We could have easily both crashed, but there's a chance for me to come back at him and maybe steal 4th again. So lap 42, this is a 46 lap race, so approximately an hour it takes, and we're quite good through this section of the course, and we're pretty close to him, and we'd both made mistakes in this race to let each other through at different points, so there was some genuine hope that we could perhaps force him into a mistake. As you know, I'm not the most adventurous overtaker, and I was in 2 minds because 5th place is my best result in this series, and I really wanted the points to move up in the championship, but 4th place was right there. You could see it, you could smell it, and so I wasn't going to give up pushing at this point. And this is on lap 43, and we're as close as ever. We're slightly stronger towards the end of the lap here, but our RS01 Renault's engine didn't quite have the legs to match the BMW ahead. He's just slowly pulling away here, and we're just too far back to even make a dive bomb move. Would have ended in tears. We do brake later than we've probably ever done before here, but it compromises our exit. So this was it to the end of the race. Ice won from Matt Darves and Focusrite in 3rd. We did indeed finish 5th. DSR Rahoon kept that 4th place. Ice leads Focusrite by 30 points of the championship. We have moved up from 10th to 6th of the championship with our best result. There's our results for the season. Disconnection 10, 6, 7, 9, 5. So an enjoyable race and a good result for us. The next race will be this coming Sunday, round 7 from Zhuhai in China.